They say your phone knows more about you than anyone else. Your voice, your habits, all of your deepest secrets. But what if, one day, your phone called you and there was absolutely no one on the other end? This story begins on a dark, rainy night. Hamza, a software developer, was burning the midnight oil, trying to push through a tough project deadline. The city outside was asleep, the only sound the rhythmic drumming of rain against his window pane. Suddenly, his phone buzzed, the screen lighting up the dark room. An incoming call. He glanced at the screen, and his blood ran cold. The caller ID read, "Hamza, you." He frowned, confused. It had to be a glitch, right? Some weird network error. But the phone didn't stop. It just kept ringing. His own number flashing insistently on the screen. A strange mix of curiosity and dread washed over him. Hesitantly, he swiped to answer.
Hello?
He said, his voice barely a whisper. The line was filled with crackling static, like an old radio searching for a station. And then, through the noise, a voice emerged. A voice he knew better than any other. His own. But it whispered, a chilling, distorted version of his own tone. "Don't go outside." He slammed the phone down on his desk, his heart hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. He was alone. He knew he was alone. He had locked the door hours ago. It was impossible. He tried to rationalize, eat a prank call, a sophisticated hack, but the sheer terror he felt was undeniable. Just as his breathing started to return to normal, the phone buzzed again. The same number. His own. A part of him screamed not to answer, to smash the device into 1,000 pieces. But another, more compelling part, needed to know. His hand trembled as he picked it up. "Who is this? What do you want?" he demanded, trying to sound brave. The static returned, louder this time. Then the whisper, dripping with menace. "You didn't listen." And just like that, the line went dead. Panic set in. He wasn't thinking rationally anymore. He just wanted it to stop. He scrambled to unplug his Wi-Fi router, plunging his apartment into digital silence. He fumbled with the back of his phone, popping out the SIM card and tossing it across the room. He held down the power button until the screen went black. Silence. He let out a shaky breath, feeling a sliver of relief. But the relief was short-lived. The screen flickered back to life, all on its own. No SIM card, no Wi-Fi. Yet, there it was, glowing ominously. A single notification appeared. Battery, 1%. Below it, a new message. 4 words that made his stomach drop. "Look behind you." His breath hitched. The hair on his arms stood on end. He refused to look. He couldn't. It felt like a trap, but the silence of the apartment was suddenly deafening, amplifying every creak and groan of the old building. AI took him out. Slowly, he grabbed a heavy flashlight from his drawer, its beam cutting a nervous path through the darkness. It spun around, sweeping the light across every corner of his living room, his bedroom, the kitchen. Nothing. Just shadows playing tricks on his mind. He was alone. He had to be. He let out a nervous laugh, the sound hollow and strange in the empty room. It was just his mind playing tricks on him. Stressed out from work, he picked up his phone, intending to finally put it away for good. The screen was still on, the camera app open. He stared at the screen, at the live feed of his own living room, and then he saw it. Through the lens of the phone, there was movement. A tall, slender figure standing motionless right behind where he had just been standing. A figure that wasn't there when he looked with his own eyes. His heart stopped. He whipped his head around, scanning the room again. It was empty. Completely empty. He looked back at the phone's screen. The figure was still there, but it was closer now, its form indistinct, but undeniably present. He screamed, a raw, primal sound of pure terror, and the phone flew from his grasp, clattering onto the floor. After a few moments that felt like an eternity, he crawled towards the phone. The screen was still on, but it wasn't showing the camera feed anymore. It was playing a video, A video of him sleeping in his bed. Recorded just the night before, his initial confusion turned to horror as he watched the scene unfold. From the dark corner of the room in the video, something was moving. Something was slowly, deliberately, crawling across the floor towards his sleeping form. The next morning, the building manager called the police to do a wellness check. Hamza hadn't shown up for work, and his boss couldn't reach him. The police found his apartment door unlocked. Inside, everything seemed normal at first glance. His laptop was still running, code half finished on the screen, and on the floor, his phone. It screened dark, but the recording light still faintly blinking. They reviewed the last recording. It was mostly darkness and the sound of panicked breathing. But in the final, terrifying seconds, before the recording cut out, a familiar voice could be heard whispering. A final, desperate warning to the world. It was Hamza's voice. If your phone ever calls you, don't answer. Hamza was never seen again. To this day, no one knows what happened in that apartment. The case went cold. Another unexplained disappearance in a city full of them. But the story doesn't quite end there. Every now and then, people report strange glitches. A phantom call in the middle of the night. A caller ID that shows their own name, their own number. Most dismiss it as a bug, a network error. They send it to voicemail and forget about it. But some are tempted to answer. So, let me ask you, if you were alone and your phone started ringing with your own face and name on the screen, would you answer? What do you think happened to Hamza? Let me know your theories down in the comments. I'd love to hear. What do you think? Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more strange tales. Stay safe out there, and remember, not every missed call should be returned.